from the Portland Sports Arena. This is Portland Wrestling. Brought to you in part by Marv Tonkin Ford. We're your number one. And by Tom Peterson's 82nd and Southeast Foster Road with a big new sale starting this weekend. Well, it's good Saturday evening to you all. 4th of July right around the corner, about an hour away, as a matter of fact, as you are watching. A lot of things going on. We're going to be telling you about a lot of things happening tomorrow particularly, and in the next week or so as far as wrestling is concerned. We've got some news for you. We've got some speculation. We've got some rumors. And, of course, we've got a whole lot of action. So stay with us, won't you? A busy show tonight. You're not going to want to miss any of it. You're going to want to be around for all of it. So, some very special things happening with our sponsors tonight. And our first sponsor to speak to you, Tom Peterson, from out there at Southeast 82nd and Foster Road. Tom's with us in person. He'll be talking to you in a moment. Here's Tom on tape.
Prices at Tom Peterson's. Our best Whirlpool prices.
Now we're getting ready for our first match of the evening. Dizzy Hogan with his back to you. Brother of Hulk Hogan. And I am told that the Hulk, who you might have already seen if you've been to see Rocky III, Hulk Hogan had a big part in that, playing the wrestler called Thunder Lips. He also did I thought, a heck of a job in his appearance on the Johnny Carson show. Well, Hulk wants to come up to the Northwest. He goes about 325 pounds, one of the top wrestling attractions in the world today. He wrestles in Japan 6-8 months a year, sells out all the arenas in the East and wherever he goes. And he might be coming up soon to join with his brother Dizzy for a few appearances. And he's going against the British heavyweight champion, Chris Adams. A lot of things to talk about. Sandy Barr, the referee. A lot of things to talk about coming up this weekend. And I used to be on the list of whenever there was a golfing attraction to try to give a plug to it. I guess I've fallen out of grace with the people to put on the golfing. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the Seniors Open with all the greats, kind of like deja vu at the Portland Golf Club this coming weekend. Arnie Palmer, Billy Casper, Bob Rosberg, Sam Snead, I understand. I think I heard he was going to be here. All the great ones for the Seniors Open at Portland Golf Club. A great place to watch it. Now money goes for a good cause. And anytime the Portland Opera Association sends the wrestling announcer something to plug, I just can't help but do it. The 9th annual Country Classic Horse Show, Classic Run, and Country Fair to benefit the Portland Opera Association, held July 9th, 10th, and 11th at Inchinen Farm, Sir James and Lady McDonald's beautiful home on the Willamette River near Wilsonville. Friday, July 9th, and it'll be free admission the 9th, 10th, and 11th. A couple of things to mention. They lock up into the ropes. Tom Peterson, our sponsor, is with us tonight in person, telling us about some new hours. Whoa! Dizzy Hogan not moving. Showing his strength. Whoa! The double quick super kick got him. All the muscle in the world. That one will put you down. Good weather expected for the weekend. The latest reports that we've had, we're very happy about that. All the rodeos and races and that should have good crowds, including the Speedway over here is going to have a stunt man who lights himself afire, I understand. Got a new spokesman for our other sponsor. Told you Tom is out here. We'll be introducing her to you a little later. Someone familiar to all of us on the crew. Top wrist lock being worked by Dizzy Hogan. Adams trying to reverse the hold. They're right up on top. It's even Steven at this point. Woo! You always know when Dizzy's coming with one of his woo. What a team, though, he and Brother Hulk would make. Something else again. Hammerlock, Chris Adams, who's gained great popularity in a short period of time. All the stars you'll be seeing on tonight's show. We've got a double main event. We've got Buddy Rose in one of them, quite naturally, against Curt Hennig as they have a battle of the knees or injured knees. Oh, it's a good thing he laid him down there. If he'd have dropped him, Chris would have been a soprano. Sandy Barr in a dapper maroon, white, and brown outfit tonight. Dandy Sandy. Reversal to a head scissors by Adams. Rose and Hennig going after it, each trying to put the other man out of wrestling for at least a little while, if not permanently. Schultz, you know, has gotten into it for the last 2 or 3 weeks with Buddy Rose. It's really a matter there, I think, of both men want to rule the territory, and only one man can be on top. And they both think they should be it, so that one's going to explode right in our faces one of these days, and I'm not just sure when. I can tell you this much, I just giving you a little hint that from my guess of what might happen, the next big Tuesday special is July 20th. Mark that on your calendars. We haven't had one for a while. We're not going to have one for a week or two. So July 20th, next big news weekday special. One, and that's all. Turn back over. Chris Adams, Dizzy Hogan, they're into and underneath the ropes. Rose and his partner Rip Oliver, the heavyweight champion, who puts that title on the line against Rocky Johnson later here tonight in the second of the 2 main events. Rose and Oliver won a team match against Johnson and Sawyer. They picked up the titles. The titles were held up in Eugene a week ago. They won them back last night down in Eugene. So Hacksaw and Rocky, once again, the champs. Hogan going to the hair, and everybody in the place saw it, including the referee. Side headlock. Whatever happens after we go off television, watch out, Hogan spinning his man around. He is super strong. There's no doubt about that. And he is the little brother of Hulk Hogan. Hard to believe he could be anybody's little brother, but he is. Whatever happens afterwards, or if you happen to miss wrestling any Sunday, any Saturday night, on KYXI Radio Sunday morning, 8:18, 9:18, and 10:18, we bring you up to date with 3 completely different shows. They're short, but it's just a little compilation of what happened the night before. It's 1520 on your AM dial. Side headlock. Chris Adams working it on Dizzy Hogan. Once again, Hogan picking up Adams, depositing him in on the top turnbuckle. Turning around, and a flying drop kick nails Hogan. Side headlock and a hip toss. He's being counted off, apparently went to the hair. A lot of people asking about Matt Bourne. He's still out of action. To the best of my knowledge, I understand that he spent a few days at home recuperating and then has left town. It all happened up in Seattle. Bourne was able to beat Rose here in their last meeting in Portland. Don Owen said that will be their last meeting. I'm not going to let them wrestle here anymore. Bourne ended up bloodied and carried her out. But he technically won the match. However, the next night up in Seattle, Rose got to him and injured a leg, putting him out of action. And I understand he's left the Northwest. First match of the evening, Chris Adams in the trunks with the stars, on which the stars are emblazoned, against Dizzy Hogan. To the middle of the ring. Well, he might have used the Hogan hammer, which is that right elbow, but he used the fist and was warned about it. Front headlock. Front chancery. He's got the arm in it. They're taken into the ropes. There's the Hogan hammer. Elbow smash on Adams, and again. Referee moves in, says, let's break it. Front chancery. Worked by Hogan. The whip. Over the top with a victory roll. 1, 2, and he kicks out of it. Looked like Adams had him. Was not to be. Setting him up for a sit-out backbreaker. Adams catches it in the pelvic region. Hogan after him. He nailed him so hard with that one, it brought an elbow pad all the way down to the wrist of Adams. Off the ropes, the Hogan hammer coming down and missing. Dizzy Hogan misses with the right elbow. There it is again. Double quick super kick put on by the Britisher. Goes in the far neutral corner after Hogan brings him out to the near neutral corner with a whip. Again a kick. Going for the suplex. And can't get the suplex. He wraps him up in a small package. The bell rang at the count of 2. Looking at the referee, the bell rang at the count of 2. It is a time limit draw. To the time limited draw. The Englishman says, good match. You want to shake hands? Hogan not wanting to do it. Now they're doing a little talking afterwards, but it is a time limit draw. In a moment, we're going to check the towns for you. Let you know where wrestling is. A lot of action, a couple days off for the wrestlers, but still a lot of wrestling action. A big one coming up north. Going to tell you all about it in just a moment. Might urge you to get out a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. A lot of times wrestling coming to your town, you hear about it Saturday night and then you kind of forget it. Want to know later in the week, and I'll tell you it's really hard to get the information because we just don't have any kind of a communication setup where you can find out other than on Saturday night. So listen up, won't you? Tomorrow, Sunday, happy 4th of July to everybody and a day off for the wrestlers. However, a big one over the top battle royal Monday in Longview. Tuesday, another day off, sort of a late celebration of the 4th. Wednesday, a super card in Seattle. Thursday, they've got a couple of main events going on down at Salem, one for the title, one for blood. They're trying to settle it at the Grand Theater. Next Friday, not Eugene, but in Albany, a big card in Albany. And then we're back here in Portland next Saturday, and a week from tomorrow over in Amboy, Washington, just outside Vancouver. Okay, we are going to take a break right now. I want to introduce somebody. They've got some copy here for me that I don't want to read, so I took it and I'm going to keep it right here. How about that? Marv Tonkin's got a new spokesperson, if you will. It not only is a woman, it is a lady. One of the very few I know, a gal who works with us a lot out here as a floor director. Laura Parker has taken over as Marv Tonkin's new spokesperson. We all dearly love her, and you're going to get to love her too over the years. So, Laura, introduce yourself by doing your first commercial for Marv Tonkin on Portland Wrestling. Here's Laura Parker. Get him, honey.
Thanks for those very nice words, Frank. And believe me, I'm stepping into some really big shoes tonight, and I know it. So I do hope that all you wrestling fans remember that the Ford family Tonkin are the people I'm speaking for. And all I hope is that I can represent the integrity and straightforward dealing you get at Marv Tonkin Ford properly. I'll be back in a moment to tell you about our 4th of July sale. Thanks.
Olympia Beer presents How to Play Artesian Basketball.
4th of July in years at Speedway, Portland Speedway tomorrow. We want to remind you it's NASCAR. The big boys are racing in 150 lapper tomorrow, and then the Super Stocks on Monday. Tomorrow night are Jalopies and Destruction Derby. And this man, a stuntman out of California, you're going to meet a little bit later on. He sets himself afire. But it's going to be a lot of action. Also from the Speedway, you can see the Fort Vancouver fireworks. Best seat in town for that. NASCAR tomorrow afternoon, Portland City Speedway. Thank you, Frank Zanetti. Frank Zanetti sponsors that. That's why I said that. Well, the man who's been getting into it a whole heap with Buddy Rose in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 248 pounds, from Tennessee, Dave Schultz. His opponent in this corner, 222 pounds, Louisiana, Tommy Rogers. Last week, after the bouts were over, Dave Schultz and Playboy Buddy Rose got in a big bloody battle. It's strictly, as far as I'm concerned, they're both jealous. They want to be the head star around here, and it's not up to me to pick out the stars. You guys will have to decide that yourself. So,
hey, baby, it's me.
Don't do any fighting except...
It's me, baby. I'm number one. That's it. That's all there is to it. I don't care what Rose says, what you say, or anybody else, baby. I'm number one, and I'm taking the spot number one.
Now, do your fighting in the ring, not out in the crowd.
Well, they did literally go into the crowd last week. A couple of times, as a matter of fact. This one's coming to a head, you can tell it. Dr. D and the Playboy. Rocky Johnson, incidentally, has brought something apart that, well, we've had similar matches, but not quite the same. The Rock calls it the stretcher match. And it's where one guy just can't get it done anymore and gets carried all the way to the dressing room on a stretcher. A foot from the door, he can get off the stretcher and get back to the ring. The match continues. He has challenged Rose, Oliver, or Schultz to a stretcher match. To quote The Rock, I can win one of these kind of bouts most of the time. They are vicious. I don't know that The Rock has lost one of them yet. Rock tells me he's going to have a surprise, get a special haircut. Coming up, we'll be looking next week to see what he looks like. Rocky Johnson, the soul man, the dancing man. Referee Sandy Barr says you went to the hair, break the hold. Dr. D doesn't like it. Who are you going to root for if Dr. D and Buddy, Playboy Buddy Rose, wrestle? Well, maybe they'll boo everybody. Talking about it to Dutch Savage. He was saying, personally, I think they deserve each other. Tommy Rogers out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Once again, as he must nearly always do, giving away weight. About 6'4", 255, 260 pounds is Dr. D, David Schultz. Front headlock, front chancery. The difference being, as I recall, your headlock is straight or hold of the head. When you put an arm in that hold, you got the arm and the head in the hold. So it's called a chancery. They didn't use the chancery for a long, long time, it seemed like. I remember it used a lot when I was a young man, and now they've gone back to using it, it seems to me, more frequently again. Karate thumb, it appeared, certainly, to the camera. And Dr. D saying open hand, open hand. Elbow smash. Elbow forearm smashes are legal. Closed hand, in other words, hitting with the fists, is not legal. Snapmare for the takedown. Chinlock from behind. Dr. D working it on TR, Tommy Rogers. Later on tonight, RJ Rocky Johnson getting a shot at Rip Oliver's Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Rocky Johnson, Hacksaw Sawyer, last night in Eugene, regained the tag team championships. They had been held up in Eugene. Tommy Rogers caught in the hold by Dr. D. Oh, shot right to the throat. One, two, and not three. Whip. Dr. D misses. Is not missed, however. Tommy Rogers nails him with a drop kick. Tommy Rogers, who it seems to me ought to do more flying, as they call it. Besides, he has to give up. He gets great elevations, such like Jack Sawyer does. And it would seem to me that he would gain a little advantage over that weight he has to give away by throwing flying head scissors, flying shoulder sit-outs, drop kicks. Tommy doing pretty good without my advice. Elbow smash right to the top of the head. Knee lift on Dr. D. David Schultz is staggered, taken into the ropes, whipped toward the camera. Drop kick, nails him again. Covers with a body press. Hooks the outside leg. Could have it. 1-2. Had a kick out. Schultz very, very strong. Very, very tough to put away. Foot stop to the head. Reverse leg drop. Hooks the outside leg, goes for the pin. That time the doctor took a hold of the trunks to pull him off. I don't think he could have gotten him off otherwise. Dr. D, the veteran, buying some time now. He's buying a little time to clear his head. Put out his hand. Rogers took it and delivered a kick. Rogers working from the book of the doctor. Whip into the corner. Going in after him and catches a knee lift right to the point of the chin. Dr. D from Tennessee. Got that knee way up there. The whip. Whoa. Clotheslined him that time, sticking that arm straight out. One, two, and Tommy will not get up from this one. Dr. D winning another one. And the man is proven that he's one of the top wrestlers in the country, if not the world. And Buddy Rose has got to... Buddy Rose is going to have to realize that he's got a threat here to be the top man in the Northwest. Andy Barr talking to him. Lifts his hand, not wanting to do so very badly, but does. Once again, Sandy Barr. And the match is over. Leave the man alone. You got him beat. Got one more time, and he's going to get the loser's share of this first on a DQ. And he does now. He gives the match to Tommy Rogers on a DQ. Dr. D goes after him again, saying, I don't think I got much to lose. I already lost the match. Dr. D is thinking he ought to be given that win. Well, he had it won if he'd left it alone. That's the only way I've seen him lose so far. It's on a DQ. Tommy Rogers wins it on a DQ. Once again, time to hear from Marv Tonkin Ford and their new spokesperson, our very good friend, Ms. Laura Parker.
What's this Mustang worth in trade at Marv Tonkin Ford? Did I fool you? Hello, I'm Laura Parker for Marv Tonkin Ford, and I didn't really want to fool you because during our 4th of July sale this weekend, this little Mustang miniature can be yours free for taking a test drive. And if you decide to buy one of our...
The Army lives. Rip Oliver, Playboy, Buddy Rose.
Well, as you can see how much love he's got for the doctor. Let's get back to something else. It's been a while, you know. Matt Bourne and I had the tag team belts here. Rocket Johnson, Hack Sawyer. They come in and they slipped them away from us. Matt lost them. Not me, Matt. So now, Me and my partners back together here, the Playboy, we're here, and we want these guys to put their belts on the line, and they seem to be hiding from us. We put ours on the line the whole time. Same way with this belt right here I'm wearing now. Rocky Johnson's out here crying 7 months. I've been here, I never had a title shot. Well, for 6 of them months, Sawyer had the belt, and he was hiding in the closet with it. As soon as I got him out, I got the belt, and I'm wearing it proud, Johnson. So, anytime you want this near, boy, you better come prepared and prepared to get whooped bad, boy.
All right. Buddy Rose ran Roddy Piper out of the Northwest. Buddy Rose ran Roy Starr out of the Northwest. Buddy Rose ran Rick Martel, Johnny Boyd. The list goes on. Jesse Ventura. Buddy Rose ran them out of the Northwest. I ran Matt Bourne out of the Northwest. Now I hear Matt Bourne has gone all the way back to the East Coast in the Charlotte area and is trying to get a start back there. Too embarrassed to show his face here. So go ahead and wrestle back there, Matt Bourne, but don't step foot in this area again or I'll just knock you back down again. Number 1, Buddy Rose is number 1. Number 2 is Rip Oliver. Now, we don't look at it as number 1 and number 2 like he can look at me and say, what do you mean, buddy? I'm not number 2. We look at it as united number 1. That's the way this army is formed. We are united, and that belt right there makes him number 1 champion. But together we are united as a team. We're the number 1 team, and this number 1 team wants the number 1 tag team, Rocky Johnson and Hack Sawyer, in a tag team title match. Now, give us a chance, 1 chance, and we will win the championship. I promise you that. We want all the belts. I'm sick and tired of saying this every week. Just give us a chance right here in Portland or anywhere, and we will win the championship. Now, as you see, my shirt says Doctor Who. If you walk around the Northwest and there, you go up to somebody on the streets, Frank, and you say, do you know Buddy? And they go, Buddy Rose? And you go, well, of course, who else? But if you go, do you know Doctor Who? And they'll go, who? They'll name the guy with the DMSO or somebody else. They don't go Dr. D or Dr. Schultz. You know the man, Buddy Rose, but you don't know who Doctor Who is. Dr. D, I have to tell you who he is. He's the guy that I came over here with last week, and I beat the living dog out of him, and I took the chair, I cut him wide open, he was bleeding, I beat on him over here in the halls and the walls, we were fighting everywhere, and he never laid 1 punch back on me. The week before that, though, I'll give you credit. You jumped me with a chair and you let me have it. So it's tied 1-1. But I don't see you coming out getting me anymore. I'm standing here, Schultz. I don't see you coming out trying to get me. Come on. I'm standing here all alone. Don't interfere with my matches. Don't interfere with my interviews, and everything will be all right. You don't want to come with me? Then face me in the ring. And if you face me in the ring, you're going to go down. Buddy Rose is number 1, and I've ran everybody out of here. Wait, one more, couple more things, quick, real quick. First of all, I saved you again last week. As you remember, Sawyer had Schultz beat again. I got up in the ring. I let Sawyer have it with the chair just as he was about to beat Schultz. I said, Schultz, now you thank me. He says, I'm not going to thank you. I said, fine. I let him have it upside the head with the chair. I'm going to keep letting a lot of people have it upside the head with the chair. And Sammy's that $200,000 offer you wanted last week. I wouldn't want the headaches. I make a lot more wrestling. I'm telling you, what a joke.
Well, that's it from the Army. Playboy Buddy Rose, Rip Oliver. You know, we're here every Saturday and have been for over 15 years. We couldn't do that if we didn't have sponsors, and we've been very fortunate to have very, very good sponsors who have stayed with us a long time, and because of this show, we like to think, have grown some. Tom Peterson said so in an ad last week. This last fiscal year, grown 24%. All we can say is we wouldn't be here without the sponsors. We're going to hear with the man that's been with us almost from the beginning now, Tom Peterson, on tape, and then he'll be here live to add a little extra word for you. Here's Tom.
Recorder, here's the price. $398 for this Sanyo video recorder. It's a super special. Last time we ran these video recorders, we were going to run them for 2 weeks, and they lasted 3 days. Today is the first day. We're open to midnight tonight. Tomorrow is the second night. That's Sunday. We're open to midnight Sunday. We're also open Monday. That's the 5th until 9 o'clock. Every day we're open at 10 o'clock. This is a super buy. $398, but that's only half of the story. The other half, you get free membership in our movie club with movies like Star Wars, On Golden Pond. Superman 2 is another movie you get. Arthur's another movie. 3 great movies. 4. There's 100 of the top movies, and they're all free when you buy this video recorder or any video recorder at Tom Peterson's. Some great buys. Plus a free blank tape, a wireless remote. It's all at Tom Peterson's. Don't miss it.
Curt Hennig facing toward the camera against the Playboy, Buddy Rose. And I don't know exactly how to tell you what title to put on this match. It's for knees. In other words, they're trying to injure each other, and they're going after the knee. It started out a few weeks ago. Hennig hurt his knee, re-injured it. It had been injured when his dad was here, Larry the Axe Hennig. Then no one knew much about it then. Larry Hennig got injured by the Army. Curt Hennig has been after them ever since. One of the members of the Army, Dizzy Hogan. I'll see what Hennig has to say. He's going to grab the mic.
No disqualification match. There's no rules in this match. That's what was made last week.
Well, and Hennig has bandages under both of his knee pads. It was the left one that he injured, as I recall. Buddy Rose had his left one worked on pretty good. Had a little trouble a couple times this week with it. Looks very mobile. Now, we get a good crowd out here for the 3rd of July. A lot of folks staying home, apparently, or coming to Portland from other places. Maybe all the Portlanders are out of town. Well, we had a few people talking about being here from Centralia and Chehalis. One fella introduced himself from Walla Walla. He watches our syndicated program that goes into Washington and Idaho and British Columbia, called Big Time Wrestling. Some of you folks up north familiar with that. You're in that in-between area where you get both shows, Portland Wrestling and Big Time. And the Wail on the Beach cry starts from the crowd. It really upsets Buddy Rose. After he lost the world champion Ric Flair, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, he left the Northwest for a while, went to the East in Hawaii, said he lost 18 pounds, 17, 18 pounds. Well, I think maybe he's gained it back. At any rate, he really hates to have the crowd get on him about his weight. Oh! Upside down into the corner, and there goes Hennig working on the knee. He wants to pay back for his daddy and for himself. It was Hogan who originally got his knee down at Salem. And ever since then, the Army's been trying to get it, and now Hennig is the one working on the leg. This is the best 2 out of 3 falls. No disqualification. The Playboy, Buddy Rose. Rose tried to get a hold there. Hennig very wisely saw the foot, grabbed it, put it in the hold. Now it slips away from him, but it's okay as far as he's concerned. Well, it's used against him. The right leg used. And Buddy Rose taken down again. Kicks to the knee. going to work it outside toe hold effectively. All the pressure right there on the ankle and on the knee. Trying to lay back and alleviate some of the pressure. Now turning the foot inside. Turning it outside. Buddy Rose laid back and nearly got counted out. Turning it outside again. Curt Hennig. I'll tell you, these two guys, neither one wants to just beat the other. They are literally out to put each other out of action. They admit it readily, including Hennig, who normally not that kind of person. He said with Rose, somebody's got to do it. Dr. D doesn't care for Rose simply because he sees Rose pushing into my business, and I don't need anybody in my business. And if I did ever need anybody, Rose would be the last one I'd need. Because I'm going to be number one. I'm the star here. Rose is going to have to learn that. Well, Buddy, you know, ain't taking lightly to that. But Rose might run into the problem of having so many people lined up to get at him that might cause him, for the first time in years, to run into more trouble than he can handle. Right now, he's got Hennig in the ring. He's got Dr. D saying, don't mess with me anymore, boy. Just waiting for a shot at him. He's really stepping back and getting a good kick to the, that time it's working on the hamstrings. He's got a hold of that left leg, wrapped up. Rose is hanging by his left leg, not trying to crawl back up on the apron. And Sandy Bar really can't do much. It's a no disqualification. You try to keep him in the ring. Sorry boy, Buddy Rose, not able to put any weight down on the left leg. Buddy Rose having his troubles with Hennig. Now Curt going out into the crowd after him. A kick behind the knee, and Buddy Rose is hurting. Curt Hennig has really been giving it to him. It's a no DQ, but you're supposed to stay in the ring. Still, the rule still applies about 20 seconds outside the ring, and Curt is giving Rose some added time by moving up a few times into a position of interference, and that stops the count and starts it over again. Sandy Bar trying to keep him back. Now, if he moves up like that, stops the count. Plus, Buddy Rose playing a little possum. They've got each other by the hair. They both are pulling on the hair. And Buddy didn't get in the ring like he wanted to. Hennig working it. And you got to remember, the case of a good offense being a good defense. While he's doing this, Rose cannot be working on Hennig's knee. And Curtis is doing his thing. Figure four leg lock around a steel ring post. The count on Hennig is that he's outside the ring. He's got to be careful not to let that count of 20 get away from him. Now he's back in, and Rose is in a whole heap of trouble. Turning him over, a half crab. A half crab, definite submission hold. Rose saying no. You hear the crowd, you know what they want. A half crab And I tell you right now, Curtis does not care if he submits or not. He finally does, and Hennig doesn't want to let go of the hold. Finally pushed off it. Curt Hennig winning the first fall. And he did it all to the left leg of Buddy Rose. Now, Buddy, I've seen him come back a lot. He's going to have to come back tough here. Get ready. Get ready to take down once again the Towns. We're going to tell you about where the wrestling is coming up this week. And in fact, I'm going to run ahead a little bit for you into next week so that you can make your plans. We tell you so often, we try to bring you all the excitement of professional wrestling as best we can. And I think our crew and our directors do a heck of a job of doing that. But they will be the first to admit, as I am, that you don't really get the excitement, the atmosphere, unless you get out and see wrestling live. So be sure to do that, won't you? Okay, let's take a look at where wrestling's coming up. And while you're looking at it, I'll go down it quickly, and then I'll go into next week, just so that you can be aware. Tomorrow, no wrestling. It's the 4th of July, and the wrestlers are off. Monday in Longview, a big one, over-the-top battle royal, and maybe a few surprises. Tuesday off, Wednesday super shootout in Seattle. Double main event and a big one Thursday at the Grand Theater. Friday, the wrestling action is a big card in Albany. Next Saturday in Portland. A week from tomorrow in Amboy. Hacksaw Sawyer, Rocky Johnson, once again, the tag team champions of the Pacific Northwest.
That's right, Frank. You got that right. We are the champions. That means the challenge has got to come to us. I just want to specify on one thing. Rose and Oliver got out here and said they wanted to challenge us for a title match, right? Well, brother, you don't have to go any farther because we'll accept any challenges anywhere, any place, anytime. So Rose and Oliver, and I'm speaking on behalf of my partner here, Hack Sawyer, next Saturday night, brother, you can have a chance at them belts. That don't mean you're going to get them. That means we're just going to give you a chance at them.
You're putting them on the line next Saturday.
Yeah, that's the second chance they've had at him, Frank. Last night, thanks to my partner, Rocky, we won them back because they was held up in Eugene for a week. We came back this Friday and won them. And I'd just like to tell all the people out there in Portland, next Friday night, wrestling won't be held in Eugene. It's going to be held in Albany. And if you're in Salem or Portland or in Eugene, just come on down to Albany.
You got a big one in Salem, too.
That's right, but Albany, like my partner Hack just said, there's a stretcher match down there, and I'm involved in it. And by the way, that I'm out here, I'd like to challenge Schultz, Oliver, Rose, anybody to a stretcher match, because Frank, you know that's my specialty. And maybe next week when I got more time, I'll explain the rules to you. And it's been nice talking to you.
Thank you both. The Northwest Tag Team Champions, Rocky Johnson, Hacksaw Sawyer. Tom Peterson, remember he's open tonight and tomorrow night out there at Southeast 82nd Foster Road till midnight. So let's hear from Tom Peterson.
The stats, the spats, the scores, and more on the Weekend Sports Wrap-Up, a new half hour on Sunday night.
On KPTV 12, Portland.
I want to straighten out on Tom Peterson. I gave you the wrong information. They're open to midnight Sunday. And then all day Monday, they're open up until 9 p.m. So it's midnight Sunday. Okay, gang. The official challenge out by Rocky Johnson for a stretcher match to the man you're looking at, or David Schultz, Dr. D, or Rip Oliver. For the interview time, which is the rest period between rounds, Buddy Rose did not leave the ring. He stayed in the ring. Hennig in the ring. The referee coming down the aisle. Bell rings. Referee out there talking to Rose about the bell is rung. Get in here and wrestle. Curt Hennig. Would it be too corny to say getting the upper knee? Now Rose coming back. Now Rose suddenly has a different attitude. Rose just came up the aisle and yelled, Bonham is supposed to be a wrestling match, not supposed to be trying to hurt one another. And if you've seen Rose wrestle even once, you know that that is a complete change of attitude, and maybe because of the situation he's in. Right back to the half crab, and we could have 2 straight falls here. This is an awfully tough one. He's got it low. That is to say that the other leg is flat. Now he's bringing it up high to get more leverage, but if he gets that right knee underneath him, it's the only escape except to get to the ropes. Except to get to the ropes. Sandy Barr not calling it yet. Apparently did, or Hennig decided to jam that knee into the mat. It is a no DQ match, so there really shouldn't be any calling of it for being under rope. He's trying to shove his foot down his mouth. He is trying to shove Buddy Rose's size 13 right down his mouth. And he got it done. Only momentarily. It's the first time we've ever seen that one. And over the years, many have threatened to do it. Curt Hennig working on the knee. Remember now, he's got a bad knee also, but so far he's not allowed Rose to get at it at all. The referee not counting because there is no DQ. Watch out. Hennig let his knee get in range. And Buddy Rose hammered on it. The left knee of Curt Hennig's, which has been hurting a lot of people, including promoter Don Owen, said last weekend again this week. Told me that he said, I don't believe Hennig should be back in the ring. He said it last week. I think he should give it another week's rest. Whoa! Buddy Rose catching it onside the head. And Rose gets a shot on Hennig's knee. And Rose going outside. Curt Hennig now the one in trouble. And uses a chair on it. And again, steel folding chair pounding on the left knee of Curt Hennig. Rose gingerly walking around the ring, trying to get some of the circulation back and the pain out of his own left knee as he has been working on Hennig's. Curt Hennig. And now the tide has turned. Buddy Rose, this thing's going his way, at least for the moment. Left leg being worked on. Curt Hennig in trouble. His left knee that was injured already. Remember that Rose had that advantage. His knee was healthy going into the match last week. He had it worked on pretty good. He had it worked on down at Salem. He had it worked on here tonight throughout. First fall action and in here to the second fall. But it is now Rose working on Hennig. Rose has injured many a wrestler. Hennig has never put anyone out of action. He looked like he was working at it with a vengeance, but he let himself get into a position where his opponent could get at that very, very weak spot, which is his left knee. And finally he kicks off. Rose goes sailing through the ropes. He's coming back in. Let's see if Hennig can protect himself. Hennig gets to the left knee of Playboy, and again. And again. See if Hennig could come back. He won the first fall. Body drop, and it is Hennig back in command. Scissors on the leg. Now bending that leg sideways, the knee, and all the strain on the ligaments. The worst possible thing that can happen to not only an athlete, anyone, as far as the leg injury is concerned, is to have torn ligaments, particularly the inside ligaments. And that is exactly what Curt Hennig is working on now. He is literally trying to tear those ligaments. If they're stretched, it's painful enough. But torn ligaments take months and months and months to recover from. That's exactly where this hold puts the pressure. However, Curt Hennig's left leg is hurting too, remember. The Playboy's working on it. Laying back, trying to get some relief. Playboy almost counted out. The Playboy crow hopping around on one leg. The left knee is hurting. Is Curt going to go out after him? He's going to grab him from inside the ring. Slam the face into the apron. Watch out, buddy. Got a hold of the leg outside. Wraps it around the ring post one time. Goes to the knee with the steel folding chair. And again. And again. It's a no disqualification match. Keep that in mind. Rose takes him out to the middle of the ring. And he's going to turn him into a half crab position. A half crab, the crowd. We want Curt. Is their cry. I don't know how Hennig can hold out long against this with an already injured knee coming into the match. And this pressure probably is the most painful of all the holds. He's trying to work it to the side. He's up on one knee. He got that right leg up. He goes to work. Maybe he can get out of it. Elbows, smashes, and that right leg is taken flat again. We mentioned that earlier when Hennig had the hold. And he has to give it up. He has to give it up. We're all even at a fall apiece. Buddy Rose wins the second fall. And our main event, the first of our double main event. Later on, Oliver defends his championship against Rocky Johnson. Remember, we'll be bringing you what happened there after we go off TV. You can hear it on radio, KYXI radio tomorrow morning. Curt Hennig, and he is hurting. We're going to be back in a moment. We've got some exciting things to tell you about. First, here's Laura Parker for more of Talking. Right in the middle of one of the hottest, whatever you want to call it, going on, Dr. D from Tennessee.
Everybody's out here bragging. I heard them, baby. They said he hit the doctor and beat me like a dog and all this mess and this here. Yeah, you're right, Rose. You jumped me from my back, baby. Did he jump me from my back or not?
I got to say yes.
Yeah, you say he did. He did. All right, he hit me with a chair. Am I right?
At least 9
That's
times.
Right, baby. 9, maybe 10, Daddy. You brought some blood on the doctor, baby. I suffered a few stitches, but that's no big problem. See, I've had stitches before. But one thing, Rose, the doctor was born standing up, baby, and I was the only one. You know what I mean? Number one, baby, and that was me. All my life, I've been number one. Ain't no fat punk like you gonna stand in my way of nothing. You think you got away with it, that's great, baby. I hope you're happy. I hope you go home and sleep good at night. But one thing I'm saying, baby, keep your eyes open because the doctor, I never forget nothing like that. I never forget. And remember, I was born standing up, baby, and I ain't never found a man can put me down. And sure ain't no little boy like you gonna put me down, ever. But keep your eyes open, baby, because the doctor's always around somewhere.
Dr. D, David Schultz. Well, that one is going to pop sometime soon, and I'll tell you, whether it be on a Tuesday here at the Sports Arena, on a Saturday here at the Sports Arena, or on a Wednesday night at the Safeway parking lot, I hope that I'm there to see it. Whew. What do we got? One more break left or two? Okay, shall we just go to the match right here, or are we going to have a commercial break? Okay, we're gonna hold it right here. We're going to keep it here and go to the match. The man was holding up the sign for me, but I don't believe in signs all the time. Oh, I tell you, there things are going on big 4th of July weekend, and I hope all you kids especially, and I know that this year more than others, a lot of the bigger, let's face it, more dangerous fireworks are available. Although I like everybody to have a good time, I do hope that you guys, you little kids, don't play with them firecrackers. Get the big kids to do it if you got to do it. And you big kids, show you some responsibility, huh? And be very, very careful. Hearing something the other day, I think it's 12,000 people suffer injuries in the United States on the 4th of July. We sure don't want that to happen to anybody we love, or anybody we don't love for that matter. Well, it's down to one knee, isn't it? Each man's got one knee hurting, and it's down to the last ball. Curt Hennig, Playboy, Buddy Rose. Let's see what happens. They're locking up in a traditional test of strength with the hands, and of course that was a fake by Rose. He's going for the knee all the time, and I thought Hennig would have been too. I tell you, you got your experience in wrestling in many years, a lot of wrestlers, and then you've got your experience in this kind of match. And maybe the experience isn't going to make all that much difference, as Curt Hennig's anger is carrying him very well. He's got a hold of the steel chair this time, and he put it to the knee on Buddy Rose. And Hennig has the upper hand, upper foot, the upper knee, whatever you want to call it. We're in third fall action. Now he makes it to the ropes. That will not get him a break. This is a no disqualification match. That will not get him a break. He's trying to get all the way out of the ring and get away from him, but Hennig's got a hold of the left leg. Hennig's left leg is hurting. Rose is the one that's worrying most about it now. His left knee being worked on. The left leg wrapped around the middle rope. Rose reaching back and into the eyes of Hennig. Buddy Rose out of the ring. Now grabs the leg. He's going to try to get it over in the corner where he can use the ring post. Remember, this is no disqualification. Rose is being countered. Dr. D coming from the dressing room. Dr. D with his right hand kick. Dr. D with the knuckles on his right hand. I don't know what. He's motioning. I want him in the ring. I want him right now. Dr. D unloaded. He's got tape over his knuckles. Don't know if he's got anything taped under it or not. But he unloaded on Buddy Rose. It's no disqualification. It's no DQ. And he's not stopping the count. Sandy Barr not making any ruling about the interference. He's counted out of the ring. He is counted out. Hennig wins the third fall and the match. And Dr. D being offered the handshake from Curt Hennig. And Dr. D saying, Hennig, you can have it too because I don't like anybody. Well, Dr. D unloads on Curt Hennig also. Sandy Barr's coming in now trying to break it up and get Dr. D out of there. Dr. D bails out and lifts a finger like, I'm number one. Buddy Rose outside the ring, holding on to his head, limping on a hurt left leg. This is not going to sit well with him at all, to say the least. Hennig is out of the ring on the other side. He was belted and thrown there. And now I see a hand coming up. He's going to be all right. He's getting up. Buddy Rose is heading up this way, and what a way to end it. And when I say end it, all I mean is end the match. It certainly has not ended either one of Rose's feuds. I'm sure Curt Hennig is not going to be all that satisfied with his win. I know that Dr. D hasn't got all that he wants yet out of Rose, and I know Rose in his ego and his pride, he's going to have something to want to do. What's going to happen? Well, we don't know. We just don't know. We'll be right back. Here's Tom Peterson. Remember, they're open to tomorrow night until midnight. They're open 10 to 9 on Monday. Here's Tom. Well, the Army's back again. This time, Buddy Rose sitting down.
First of all, Curt Hennig tried to break my leg. And then Dr. D, I cannot hear out of my left ear right now. If they're not coming from the ceiling, they're coming from the roof. If they're not coming from the roof, they're coming from underground. Now, Dr. D and Curt Hennig, Hack Sawyer, Rocky Johnson, every single one of you, stay out of my way. Dr. D, I cannot hear out of my left ear right now. Don Owens, I'm going to a hospital tonight. I'm going to get a check, and you're going to pay for the bill. And I'm going to do you something else. I'm going to get my leg checked, and you're going to pay for the bill too, Owens. You're sending all these guys out after to get me, and I'm not going to let anybody get away with it. And we are now going to stop this in the Northwest starting tonight.
As you can see, the Playboy is hot. Next Saturday night, we got Johnson and Sawyer, so y'all bring them belts, boy, and we're going to take them from you once and for all. It'll be the first time we've been against you, and it'll be the last. We're going to take them, and we're going to put them around our waist where they belong, and we're going to keep them, Johnson.
Next Saturday, you'll witness it. Whether I can hear or whether I'm limping, I'll be in that ring, and we're going to win the belts, and we're going to walk out the champions, and then I'm going to kill you, Dr. D, and I'm going to kill you, Hennig.
That's the Army. Buddy Rose and Rip Oliver. Well, what can I say? Except don't miss the next episode, because it's going to happen. And like I say, I truly hope that I'm there. I don't know if Dr. D and Buddy Rose get together, if that's going to be anything near a wrestling match or not. But it's going to be something else, again, to see. We'll find out. Frank Bonham here. Thank you very much. So long, everybody. Happy 4th of July from Portland Wrestling, brought to you in parts by Marv Tonkin Ford. Well, you're number one. And by Tom Peterson's 82nd Southeast Buster Road.
Movie 12 is next on KPTV.
Wake up prices at
For the bath, 30 colors in luster towels by...
With once again one half of the tag team champions of the Northwest, along with Rocky Johnson, Hacksaw Sawyer.
Thank you very much, Frank. Sunday we're in Amboy, Washington. Monday we're in Yakima. Tuesday we're in North Bend. Wednesday we're off. Thursday we're back in Salem. Friday we're in Eugene. And Saturday we're back here. And Frank, you know, I've been here for about a year and a half, and I've heard a lot of guys compliment you, and everybody I know talks highly of you. I like to just shake your hand and say you did one heck of a job.
Thank you. By the way, on Wednesday, don't take it off, because everybody else is going to be in Midford.
No, we're off.
Okay, we'll settle that. We got an argument. But I know, come here a minute, Hacksaw.
What's that now?
Just a quick word about Buzz. I know that you're thrilled. He's taken a little different attitude, but he has held the national championship, and I know that you're proud to have him as a brother.
Yeah, he's changed his style, and I am proud to have him as a brother, and a lot of people keep bugging me, you know. When's your brother going to come back? Everywhere I go, it's, when's your brother Buzz? When's Buzz going to come? Won't you bring Buzz? Well, I got a good partner, Rocky Johnson. You know, he's like having a brother in that corner. And tonight, when we go out there with Oliver and Rose, I want to show you how teamwork is done, because Rocky's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from Rocky, and Rocky just keeps me a little bit calm at times.
Very good. Hack, thank you very much. Hacksaw Sawyer. Well, once again, we got Tom on video too. Here comes Rose. Into the ring, working on Dr. D. Well, we'll have to find out what the official decision will be. And if you can believe it, a lot of people cheering for Buddy Rose. Something I never thought I'd see. Well, every week they've been getting into it 2 or 3 times a week. Uh-oh. Dr. D looked up, and Playboy getting cheered. Oh, if you got this on tape, save it. I'm not sure what the decision will be on the match. It is important, a win-loss record, and who gets the purse. Dr. D just cost himself the purse of that foot. I think Luke Brown was kind of deciding what to do. Probably going to rule it a no contest. Playboy Buddy Rose.
Hack Sawyer and Rocky Johnson are going to lose the tag team championship to Buddy Rose and Rip Oliver. We're going to win the tag team championship, and we're going to have all the belts. Now, for the last 4 weeks, Schultz has been running out on my matches, and I've been running out on his matches. Let me tell you something, Don Owens. You're a promoter around here. I don't like people the last few weeks coming up here in the interview and trying to knock Buddy Rose out. I am a man, and I am a man that backs up what I say. Now, Oliver and I have discussed it. We still got an opening for another member in the Army. An Army is 3 people or more. A tag team is 2 people, and you know what singles is. It doesn't take much to think of what a single is. There's a singles right there. The champion, Rip Oliver, who will put his title on the line against anybody. Now, I don't know, Don Owens, what's going on here, but I'm going to keep on interfering in Schultz's matches. I'm going to keep on jumping him from behind, because it's got to end sometime. But Schultz, you're never going to get to me. Why? Because I can run the 40-yard dash in 4.7. And this guy right here, this stud, is an athlete. And you know what you remind me of? You remind me of an outhouse door. It covers the view. You cover the view, but you bring out the smell. And another thing, Schultz, you're so ugly, if they put your face on a stamp, they wouldn't know what side to spit on, right, Rick? Well,
I don't know, buddy, but one thing I could say is Rocky Johnson's been out here bragging, Curt Hennig's been bragging, Hack Sawyer's been bragging that they're going to take this belt. They've been saying that week after week, but I'm still wearing it out here, and I think I'll remain wearing it out here because I don't think there's a man here in the Northwest who can beat me for it. So, Johnson, Sawyer, y'all just keep hanging on, keep trying to sign another contract, brother, because it don't matter how many you get with me, you're just going to get hurt worse each time because Oliver's going to stay the champion and Rose's army will remain. And Oliver and Rose has been here a long time and they're going to stay here a lot longer and ain't nobody running us out.
We've got to get those tag team championships. We've got to take the tag team championship now or never. We are championship caliber. You're looking at us. This kid right here is an all-around athlete. When it comes to hockey, I can score goals, right, Bonema? And you heard about my softball game with Sassy Chassie over there in Clackamas today. 3 home runs over the right field fence. This stud right here is going to stick by any team and help any team he can help. And the team he's helping right now is the Rip Oliver Buddy Rose team and Dr. Schultz, Rocky Johnson, Hack Sawyer, Curt Hennig. By the way, Curt Hennig is out of action. Last week, you did a good number on my leg, except I'm a little better shape. I go out on the track at 4 in the morning. I don't go out during the hot summer day. I sit in the sun during the day, but I go out at the track at 4 in the morning after I get done watching my videotape machine throughout the night. Thank you, Tom Peterson. And then I go out and I jog and I get my knee back in shape. You better start jogging, Hennig. You're out of action. You're not picking up a paycheck. Now, how does it feel? Don't get in my way, because whoever gets in my way is going to have bad legs, bad wheels, bad face, bad head. It's going to be injured, right, Rip?
Bad pocket bucket, for sure, the bad pocketbook. Curt Hennig, you should know about that, boy. I'll tell you what, my pocketbook's getting fuller and fuller. I'm getting more belts every week. I'm getting another belt. I'm getting more offers to go other places. Everything's coming across the Playboy and Rip Oliver.
Speaking of other places, I'm wrestling. You know I wrestle. I wrestle back in New York. I wrestle here. I split both of them up. We're in action. We're not going to be stopped. We're in demand. Don't get in our way, Schultz, Johnson, Sawyer, and Hennig, and Rogers, and Adams.
That's the Army. Whew. You're going to have a little different look here in the next few weeks. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
when it happens,
the next
I'll
event
let you know.
will be the best 2 out of 3 falls are to a TV time limit for the Northwest Team Championship. Introducing in this corner, the challengers, Rip Oliver and Playboy Buddy Rose. Get in the ring. The defending title holders in this corner, the Northwest champions, Hack Sawyer and Rocky Johnson.
We've got a fan or whatever wearing a gorilla mask across the way, and Rose is out there trying to get the gorilla mask. For what purpose, I don't know, but you never can be too sure about Buddy. Hacksaw Sawyer and Rocky Johnson. Rocky, former U.S. champion, has had limited shots at the Northwest title. He has always been good friends with Hack Sawyer. So when Hack, he believed that when Rocky came to town, Hack had it. He did not wish to challenge Hacksaw for it. Since Oliver has won it, he's gotten limited shots at it. He got a shot in Salem last week that ended in controversy, so he gets another shot there. But and he had a shot, I believe it was last Saturday, didn't he wrestle for it? But he's not had many. Rocky Johnson, without much doubt, if not the one of the top black wrestlers in the world today. Many think, including yours truly, that he is the top. From a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali. And neither one of the Army wanted to start against him. Cartwheel by the man who calls himself an all-around excellent athlete. Buddy Rose. Am I an athlete? The question. Well, send your cards and letters People try that at home. I'll give you this much, Rose. I'm not going to try it. Whale on the beach, and that one gets to him. Oh, he said he took off 17, 18 pounds when he was gone from the Northwest. Really was proud of himself. Over the top, landing on his feet. The dancing man, Rocky Johnson. Rose giving it a little thought here now. Nothing is working too well. Buddy Rose and Rip Oliver, the Army. Shoulder throw backdrop. Rose is claiming that he landed on his feet, but he fell back a little. Saying is believing, buddy. Well, if he's going to try to beat the footwork of Rocky Johnson, he's going to have to be doing a little bit more. I've got to give Rose credit. He's an athlete, but when it comes to moving around, being agile, Rocky Johnson a tough one to beat. Over the top, he lands on his feet again. And he was coming back with a drop kick. Oliver moved out of the way. And Rocky held back. And Oliver now going into that boxing stance. That's a mistake to make against Rocky. Buddy Rose literally being shaken off the ropes by Sawyer across the way. Armbar. Johnson with the hold on Oliver. First ball. TV main event, the main event on the card for the tag team titles. Being defended by Sawyer and Rocky Johnson. Coming off the top, turnbuckle, elbow smash on the shoulder. Going up to the second turnbuckle, flying off. Catching him with a elbow and a shoulder. Again up in the second turnbuckle. Hacksaw Sawyer doing some flying. That time to the top of the head, and Oliver didn't know where it was coming from till it was too late. Knee drop. Hack hooking the outside leg, getting the count at 2, not 3. Armbar turned over one time. And here comes Rocky from the top turnbuckle. Double club to the left arm. The armbar, Rocky working on it. Johnson out, Hacksaw in. A little bit of a clinic going on. Hack hits him a few times. Rocky's no at the fist. He's like this. No, well, close, but more like this. And I'll tell you, Oliver's paying the price in this particular wrestling instruction that's going on. Armbar, Sawyer holding on. Two wrestlers from St. Petersburg, Florida. Hacksaw and Rip. Rip saying he's famous back there. Hack says, I never heard of him, and I was a big wrestling fan. Buddy Rose takes him down again with a flying tackle 3 times. And arm drag slam that time. Hack Sawyer moving to the side, grab the arm, slide down, and slam your mat. All the leverage on that one comes from the guy crossing the ring, the guy being thrown. A sit out, seat drop to the left arm. Our cocoa butts, or head butts, if you will. Buddy Rose caught in there with Rocky Johnson. Next big Tuesday card, incidentally, we haven't had one for a while. So if you want to make your plans, circle the 20th on your calendar. That'll be the one where I'm spending a little time in California on a short vacation. Incidentally, Chuck, who is the security guard, watch out. The Army double teaming on Johnson. He got in trouble over in the enemy corner. Security guard Chuck is usually back there by the back door. Is back with us tonight. Glad to see that. Understand he spent a little time in the hospital. Says he's feeling quite a bit better. Rocky in trouble. Now it's Oliver in there working on him. The referee getting Oliver off. And Hacksaw, in his temper, is making it tougher on Rocky. The referee's attention being diverted. If not by Oliver, then by Hacksaw. Shot to the head. They're working him over on that bottom rope. Hacksaw finally coming around the ring. Down on the floor. And try to keep Rose off of Johnson. We're in first fall action. It's the best 2 out of 3. Following this fall, we'll give you a rundown on the towns once again, and ignore Medford on Wednesday. Finally got a clarification on that, and Hacksaw was right. He earlier said that the wrestlers were getting a day off Wednesday. Back to his feet, forward, drop kick, and he nailed him. And again, Rocky Johnson over the top of the victory roll. 1, 2, 3. Rocky Johnson, a victory roll on the Playboy for the first fall. Rocky Johnson in sensational fashion. Oliver trying to do some complaining to the referee. Luke Brown doesn't want to hear any part of it. Well, once again, if you got a piece of paper, get it out. As we're going to run down the cities where wrestling is being held this week. And we are all over the Pacific. And now becoming even a little bit more known as the brother of Hulk Hogan, Dizzy Hogan.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. You know, I just want to tell the people that come out and see me this week in North Bend and Eugene and Salem Thursday and Eugene Friday night. And I also wanted to say that that my brother, Hulk Hogan, one of the biggest and the most powerful men in wrestling today, may be coming out here to the Northwest, Frank, to stop in and visit with me for a couple days and maybe get into that squared circle out there and show some of these punks like Rocky Johnson around here and think they know something, just exactly what they do know, Frank, and that's nothing. You understand what I'm saying, baby?
I know what you're saying.
You know, Frank, a man like that, you know, at Johnny Carson's show, you know, in the movies and everything, Frank, making a lot of money and everything, you know. It makes me feel real good inside, you know, all that green, baby. I like to hold that green, hold it up, play with it a little bit, you know, count it once in a while.
Dizzy Hogan coming up to talk to us, and brother Hulk Hogan might be here anytime now in the Northwest.
Yes. Excuse me, Frank. You know, the hammer, baby, is getting more powerful every day. I've been training harder than I've ever trained in my life. I'm getting ready, baby, because one of these days they're going to put me in there with somebody that has that title belt, and I'm going to take it, baby. That's my dream, to have that title.
Dizzy Hogan, thank you for coming up talking to us, Dizzy. He's going to be at Oldistown, Amboy, Washington. Got his start here. Went down to California, has since moved around in the wrestling world. When he was here, remember he's a sort of a protege of Red Bastien. They both lost their hair in matches, and I think it was Rose who got him, if I remember correctly. Got the hair. Well, Steve Pardee picked up a lot of experience. I understand improved a great deal, and he showed a lot of potential when he was here. He'll be returning in the very near future. Steve Pardee. Second fall main event for the tag team titles. The champions, Rocky Johnson, Hacksaw, one fall up. Rip Oliver still complaining, saying the trunks are pulled. He wanted to start this fall, but it was Buddy Rose who got pinned. He has to be the one to start. In against the Rock. Rocky Johnson. Side headlock. Slipped easily. Rose grabs it, says, this time I'm grinding. Oops. Gonna grind down hard. They lock up again, the side headlock, and Rose setting it firmly this time. Doesn't do him a bit of good. Rocky Johnson, master of defensive wrestling. Luke Brown, referee, at the request of Rose, and I think curiosity got Luke himself saying he's escaping that awful easy. Has he got any grease there? Okay, Rocky tightening down on the headlock. Buddy Rose trying to escape, and he just let him go in the nose. And I'm afraid I had a grin on my face, and Oliver looked up and screamed at me. I'm sorry. And Oliver saying, well, here's the way to handle that. Threw the karate thumb up from the side headlock before Oliver did, before Johnson had the opportunity to escape. Sandy Barr going to get a little workout later on tonight. That's why he's not refereeing. A knee lift. Nails Johnson, drops him. Buddy Rose takes the tag. Rose flying about every other week to New York City. And if you read any of the national magazines, which East Coast magazines, as far as I'm concerned, they talk about the Grand Wizard, who manages a lot of wrestlers. He managed Stan Stasiak and Stan the Man's heydays at Madison Square Garden. He is working on managing the Playboy. Buddy Rose getting a lot of attention back on the East Coast. And, of course, we're used to that, haven't we, folks? Wrestlers like Jimmy Snuka, who literally started in the Northwest, now one of the biggest stars in the world. Same can be said for Roddy Piper. Roddy, pretty well-known wrestler before he came to the Northwest in Scotland. But after he left the Northwest, while in the Northwest and after he left, he made his stardom here. Buddy Rose has done the same thing. And the Big Apple, looking for stars, and as they so often do, they look to the Northwest. As talent always abounding here. It has been for over 50 years now. A hotbed of professional wrestling. In the last 2 or 3 years, it's gotten even bigger than it ever was before. Oliver tags in. Rose tags out after he takes a shot from Johnson. The Rock trying to hold out against the nerve hold, base of the neck. We don't have a big crowd here, but they're knowledgeable and they're enthusiastic. Rocky nails him once. Over the top. Uh-oh, Oliver missed, no. He missed one elbow smash. He did not miss the second one. Elbow drop. Rocky is in trouble. Oliver may have evened this up. No! He gets flail kicked off, and powerful flail kick for Rocky Johnson. And I thought Rocky was out that time. I thought sure he was pinned. Rocky Johnson being worked on. We're in second fall action. Scheduled best 2 out of 3. About 10 minutes of wrestling time remaining. I'm told. Johnson trying to drive Oliver over for the tag. Buddy Rose has to be taken back. There's the tag. Hacksaw Sawyer is in, working. The referee is not allowing the tag. The referee is not allowing the tag. He didn't see it. Hack is sent back out. Johnson has to continue. Front headlock. And Oliver stopped. There's the tag once again. Did he see it this time? No, he did not. Double team. Double club blow to the throat on Johnson. He's taken down, body pressed by the Playboy, and it's all even one fall apiece. Rose and Oliver, the challengers, even it up. We're going to be back in just a moment, but first here's Laura with words about Marv Tonkin Ford.
What's this Mustang worth in trade at Marv Tonkin Ford?
Of run-ins with Rose where he got a little measure of revenge himself, but the man's out of action, the knee just failing to respond the way he wanted to. Curt Hennig, ladies and gentlemen. Curt, how's that knee?
Thank you, Frank. I have an announcement to make here. Everybody saw the match I had last week with Buddy Rose out here. My knee got dislocated in the match. Now, Dr. D interfered in that match, too. I don't care what happens between them two, personally, but that's not what's going on. My knee got put back into place now. It's going to take at least 2 weeks for it to recover. I'm just happy that it wasn't going to be something I needed surgery with, but it's something that's going to take time to heal. And it's something that, you know, I've been out here a long time. I don't back up and I don't complain about anything, but like I heard Buddy Rose and the monitor back there saying, he's out of the money, he's out of this, he did it. Well, that really gets me in the heart because that is my living. This is what I do for a job. And now when that money isn't coming in, it makes me think, And every day I think that money isn't coming in. And every day I think of Buddy Rose. I think of Dr. D. And I think of what I'm going to do, Frank. And when I get back, hopefully within 2 weeks, I'm going to do my best to take care of business where I left off. Thank you.
Thank you. Curt Hennig. Curt, pretty firm about what he's thinking about this whole situation. In the meantime, Dr. D and Buddy Rose, what's going on with those two? Well, we know what's going on. They just don't like each other. That's the understatement of the year. But right now, there's business to be taken care of in the ring. Buddy Rose and partner Rip Oliver have evened this match up for the title. Hack Sawyer and Rocky Johnson trying to hold on to the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championships. Check over some of the things we wanted to get to you tonight. We've been talking about Rose and Dr. D. They both want to be the big cheese in the Northwest. Only one can do that. Our next Tuesday card will be on July 20th. Steve Pardee is coming back to the Northwest. And talk's going on, trying to arrange for a very short tour of the Northwest by Hulk Hogan, Dizzy Hogan's brother, and one of the stars of Rocky III. Third fall. What's going to happen with the title? Stay with the champions? Well, we have new champions. We'll know right now. There's Chuck on your camera, the security man down at ringside. He's the one that's been off. It's a little time in the hospital. Glad to have him back to work. Uh-oh. Rose faked up high, came with a kick to the midsection. Back with the judo chop. Snap mare for the takedown. The tag. And going through the legs for the tag. Here comes Hacksaw Sawyer. Sawyer in against Oliver. The whip. Drop kicked him. And the man gets way up. Watch out. Buddy Rose coming up from behind. The whip. He catches a kick. Well, there was no tag. Oliver's outside. Johnson's working on him. Rose got out of the way of a drop kick. Aimed at him. Referee trying to get Oliver back in there again. Going up to the top rope. Here comes Dr. D. Dr. D giving a shove. Well, wherever one is, the other one ends up. Into the steel ring post. Dr. D in it again. Johnson working on Miller. Hacksaw, and he's putting the sleeper on him. Johnson's putting the sleeper on Oliver, rather, down at ringside. Dr. D screaming and yelling. And he's open to cut on Buddy Rose. Dr. D unloads. The bell is rung. I think we'll probably get a no contest out of this. It went all to pieces. And it's Dr. D working on Buddy Rose, and he's open. A cut on Rose, and he's going after blood. He's got his blood. Oliver tries to get in the ring. Gets pulled out. They're double teaming Oliver outside. The bell is rung. The match is over. We'll see. I think it's going to be a no contest. We'll have to see. Luke Brown, the referee, has the decision to make. Let's listen. Let's listen for the timers. Now, wait a minute. I think he's going to hold up the belts. He is going to hold up the belts. Luke Brown has said that even before Dr. D got there were things going on outside the ring. And apparently is what's happening. He is... Well, I can't hear the ring announcer, but I'm sure what Luke is doing, Luke Brown, the referee, is holding up the belts, saying that this thing was out of control before Dr. D arrived. Dr. D's presence only complicated it. Dr. D's back here yelling and screaming, wanting to get on. Dr. D is screaming, saying, I got him. He's looking pretty to me. That's it. They're holding it up. Dr. D's up here. We're going to get a chance to talk to him. He's yelling down at Rose from the Crow's Nest. The belts are being held up. Ruled probably a no contest. Really doesn't make any difference what the match is ruled. The belts are being held up. You see the condition of Buddy Rose. The doctor got to him, and we're going to talk to the doctor about it. And let's get a commercial break in so we got a little extra time to hear from the doctor. We'll be right back. First, here's Tom Peterson.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, wake up! Wake up! Look at him, baby. Look at him. There's your boy. That's the one everybody likes. There's Buddy Rose, the one that's run his mouth. Baby, I want a match with Rose. I want a match with Rose. I want you, Rose. Me and you, baby. It can't be but one top, baby, and that's me. Now, I want him, and I want the match. Now, can I have the match or not?
Well, can we get Don Owen up here? Don Owen's the man.
Well, where's Don Owens, baby? Don Owens! Get up here, Don Owens! Yeah!
We got Don Owen coming out of the dressing room. You can see everything. We got one camera on Rose. Don?
Yeah, there's the Don. I want a match, baby. I want it with that fat punk right there, Buddy Rose, baby. Because I'm the top man, baby. You can't have but one top man here, and that's me. Now, I want him.
Just a minute, I want to tell you something. You guys have been jumping in the ring and interfering with each other and spoiling all the matches. Now, they had to hold the belts up because it's counted out because you're up there in the ring. Now I got to rematch them next week to decide who's the belts. The belts to hold out.
Hey, we ain't worried about the belts, Don. I want a match with him, baby. I want it. I want it here. I want it next week. I want it Saturday night. Now, can I have the match or not?
You can't have it on Saturday night. I'm putting on more matches on like this. I put on Rose and Bourne, and they got a lot of criticism, so much blood and viciousness, so we're not having you on Saturday night. But there is a Tuesday night, July the 20th, a week from Tuesday. I'll put you on there so it's off television, then you can do anything you want.
That's great, baby. That's great, baby. July the 20th, baby. The 20th, bros, me and you, baby. And I'm number one, don't forget it. And I'll tell you another thing, Frank. The doctor's not going to wrestle in Portland again until I get you, Rose. If it's Tuesday night, that's when I'll be here. You won't see me until then. And then you'll wish you'll never see me, you fat punk.
Dr. D getting his match for Tuesday, July 20th. That's it. We're out of time. Thanks a lot for being with us. So long. From the Portland Sports Arena, this has been Portland Wrestling, brought to you in part by Marv Talkin' Ford, with your number one. And by Tom Peterson's, 82nd at Southeast Foster Road. Director tonight, Larry Neitz. Floor director, Laura Parker. We do video magic here, folks.
Movie 12 is next on KPTV.
Wake up prices at Tom Peterson's, our best Whirlpool